Welcome to the Universidad Distrital Francisco José de Caldas. If you're joining me right now, you are likely one of our future educators gearing up for the 2021 academic period. Today, we're going to walk through a really essential explainer of your basic English course syllabus. I am absolutely thrilled to be guiding you through this material today. Because look, this course isn't just about memorizing English grammar. It's the beginning of your journey toward becoming an innovative, highly reflective teacher. So, grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's decode exactly what this semester has in store for you.
Here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the course overview and justification, move into objectives and core questions, map out the 17-week schedule, discuss the methodology where theory meets practice, and finally, we'll wrap up with grading and evaluation.
All right, let's jump right into Part 1, Course Overview and Justification. The way we teach languages has drastically changed. Honestly, today's knowledge-based society demands way more than just rote memorization. It demands that you focus on becoming reflective and innovative teachers in the foreign language classroom, or FLC as we'll call it. You see, as a modern educator, you aren't just thinking about what your students need to learn today. You have to take real responsibility for designing learning experiences that help them become completely self-regulated learners, all while simultaneously working on your own professional development. You're quite literally building the foundation of the teacher you're going to become.
Moving right along to Section 2, Objectives and Core Questions.
So, what are we actually trying to achieve here? Well, this course rests on 5 foundational pillars. First, to encourage you to deeply reflect on teaching processes and fresh ideas. Second, to promote the practical skills you absolutely need to build great study habits. Third, improving your own day-to-day communication abilities. Fourth, equipping you with the right methodologies so you can make the absolute most of the resources you have. And fifth, reinforcing all of this through varied media, like the internet, newspapers, and magazines. Are you noticing a theme here? Every single objective is basically doing double duty. It's teaching you English while simultaneously teaching you how to teach.
But to pull that off effectively, we need a compass. The syllabus calls this the nucleo problematico, our core guiding question. And here it is. What is the incidence of the sociocultural context in the use of a foreign language and the mother tongue? This is a massive, thought-provoking puzzle that you need to keep in the back of your mind all semester long. How does a student's background, their local culture, and their everyday life actually affect how they learn English? How does it impact the use of their native language? Grappling with this, that is exactly what separates an okay teacher from a truly transformative one.
Okay, Section 3, the 17-week schedule.
Think of this 17-week chronological journey as a carefully scaffolded climb. The course perfectly balances a strict grammar focus with a practical communicative focus. In the early weeks, say weeks 2 and 3, you're tackling foundational, ground-level topics. We're talking word order, present simple, everyday classroom language, family vocabulary. But as you progress, the complexity really ramps up. By week 10, you're working on complex verb phrases and changing word stress. And by week 15, you're doing a massive comprehensive review of present, past, and future tenses alongside predicting and making promises. It builds on itself beautifully.
Now, woven into that 17-week journey are your major milestones, and you'll definitely want to circle these weeks on your calendar. Week 7 is your first term milestone, which features your first individual exam and the official registration of your grades in the university's Condor system. Week 13 is round 2, your second term exam, and the next grade registration. And finally, week 16 and 17 are entirely dedicated to your final exams and those final grade announcements. Knowing this timeline upfront ensures you are never, ever caught off guard.
Which brings us to Section 4, Methodology. This is where theory meets practice.
Each week, you'll be doing 10 hours of direct work, 10 hours of mediated work, and 10 hours of autonomous work. To make that happen, the syllabus requires a highly balanced approach. On the theory side, you have your class presentations, intensive readings, and specific materials you need to work through. But as we all know, a language isn't learned just by reading about it, it's learned by actually doing it. So on the practice side, those theoretical readings are brought to life through super dynamic class discussions and hands-on workshops. Even more importantly, there's a huge emphasis on the socialization of cultural aspects. By bringing real-world culture into your speaking activities, you bridge that gap between abstract grammar rules and genuine human connection.
And finally, Section 5, Grading and Evaluation.
So, how are we measuring your success? The evaluation in this course is split into 2 very distinct categories: formative and summative. Formative evaluation is all about your ongoing daily journey. It's the task-based work, it's receiving group and individual instructions, and getting direct support from your teacher to help you overcome specific hurdles as they pop up. Think of it as your safety net. Summative evaluation, on the flip side, is how your achievement is officially recorded. This includes your major partial exams, oral and written progress tests, quick quizzes, and the continuous upkeep of your portfolio and notebook. You need both to succeed.
Let's break down the actual math here. Your first term grade makes up 35% of your total. Your second term is another 35%, and your final grade caps the whole thing off at 30%. Now, a quick heads up, embedded within those first two 35% blocks are your individual exams, and those account for 10% each. Basically, what this means is that every single discussion, every workshop, every homework assignment feeds directly into these larger percentages. Consistent, everyday participation isn't just encouraged, it's absolutely vital.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with the absolute biggest theme of the entire semester. How do we develop a competent, coherent, argumentative, expressive, and creative learning process in English as a foreign language? Because that right there is your ultimate mission. You aren't just sitting here to pass a class. You're here to become an expressive, highly creative educator who is going to inspire classrooms of your own one day. So what kind of teacher will you choose to be when you step into week 1? Embrace the challenge, trust the structure, and have an incredible journey ahead. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.